In our last lectures, we've dealt with movie characters and how they carry meaning in order to convey a transcendental message. Note that any movie character, unless he is insignificant, personifies an abstract principle, thus enabling us to connect with the realm of the invisible, the realm of meaning. Today, we aim to establish a reliable way to find the traits for our characters. When we watch a movie, how do we read the characters? As we watch, for instance, two sympathetic persons engage in a little chit-chat before they part? Who are they? And why should we care? As soon as the girl disappears behind the horizon and the young man jumps into action, we start to appreciate his character. Now we make assumptions about his needs and his ways of pursuing them. What do we know about him? He has just fallen in love. Who couldn't relate to that? This is the most important part. Otherwise, we wouldn't have a story. The problem the young man faces is highlighted by the fact that he climbs a tree instead of just catching up to her and asking her name. He is determined, yet he is shy. He is the embodiment of well-mannered courtship. Also, his goal in life is clear. He looks for a female counterpart, and now he thinks he found it. What other assumptions can we make about his character traits? It seems he has a rather old-fashioned, romantic worldview and expects to get rejected if he acts with importunity. Who is he? From his clothing we can only deduce that he is well-groomed. Also, he is a bit athletic, certainly not a bum. His most significant impediment seems to be his shyness. His strength, on the other hand, is his pure optimism. So let's break it down for you. What is the most important information we need about a character? How he functions. How he acts as a gear in the clockwork of our dramaturgy. Does this specific character contribute to our awareness of the problem that the movie deals with? Or in other words, does the character augment the problem? For instance, in the classical damsel in distress trope, the task is the more challenging, the more dangerous the evil dragon, and the fairer the lady. Never forget that your characters have to signify something invisible, an abstract principle. They need to be iconic, like saints, angels, or demons for that matter, as depicted in numerous paintings from the Middle Ages onwards, like in this detail from Matthias Grunewald's Temptation of Saint Anthony. Drama is mostly about ambitions gone wrong, about people tripping over each other while pursuing their goals. The better we understand our characters' aims, the better we appreciate all the obstacles they face. When we visualize a character's goal, we might come up with what I call a target meme, an image in the character's head where he fancies himself to be once all the obstacles have been removed. For instance, we can assume that most filmmakers see themselves on the red carpet at the Academy Awards holding the golden statuette in their hands. Most of the actions of a character can be derived from such an image. Audiences read characters based on assumptions about their goals and what means they use in order to achieve them. It always helps to know your characters inside out. How do they view the world? Is it a terrible place? Are people merciless in general? Are they cruel? Or is the world a gift from God, a place of opportunity inhabited by mostly loving, caring people? And is the character in favor of the world as he perceives it? Also, determine the character's attitude towards anticipated events. How does he approach things? Headstrong, hesitant, conniving, fearful? Once you've determined these traits, try to be consistent. Otherwise, your characters will be hard to decipher. Mind your characters' professions. A lot of material will come up while you research a specific line of profession. Say you write a movie script about cops or paramedics or whatever. Learn how those people act, how they speak, their special codes of conduct, their jargon. This research will already give you something to work on when you start writing, especially once you commence writing dialogue. Flawless movie characters are flat and boring, so give them something to work on. The most interesting characters are those who are obsessed with something while totally unaware of it. And finally, the frosting on the cake. Give them some signature prop or attire that completes the iconic appearance. Something like St. Peter's keys to heaven, or Poseidon's trident, or a Jedi Knight's lightsaber. I call such props attributive thingy. You know already how obsessed I am with thingies, don't you? Let's revisit John Ford's Western Stagecoach. Here we have a colorful assembly of characters, each of which is designed to add to the overall chemistry. Take, for instance, the prostitute with a heart of gold, and how she is balanced against the upper-class noblewoman who, in the beginning, shows nothing but contempt for her. Of course, she'll be given reason to change her attitude during the course of the action. Then there is Mr. American Spirit himself, as portrayed by John Wayne, who is mightily smitten with her, and both of them, for some reason, believe to be not good enough for each other. John Wayne's character, by the name of Ringo Kid, is considered an underdog because he broke from prison and was arrested by the sheriff. To be unjustly indicted due to false testimony seems to be a very American thing. The upper-class lady not only counterbalances the underdogs, but she also develops a particular interest in the notorious tin-horn gambler who offers his protection to her. And here is a perfect match for you: the alcohol-addicted doctor and the whiskey drummer, an honest small-time businessman who has a hard time protecting his samples. Somewhat isolated in this group are the coach's driver, at whom the sheriff keeps poking fun for his simplicity, and the corrupt banker who tries to smuggle a valise full of embezzled money across the state line. Today, he would represent the big, greedy global corporations, I might think. All right, before we part, here's a little homework for you. I want you to write a little skit about two characters, a thief and his helper. Now think about their traits, their functionality, and try to come up with the best possible problem-augmenting traits that will make this movie fun and meaningful. Next week, we will conclude our series of episodes dealing with character. We will then move on to the principles for writing dialogue. Have a blessed week, everybody.